Let me. I'm gonna swap ears because I can't hear. Say it one more time. Okay.
Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
Oh, where's this mission at?
Defender. Confringo. Glacier. Levioso. You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
When are you, big dog?
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
Love my robe.
Here we are.
It's
My
fresh.
sister should be just inside.
Hold on, I want you to show you some of the other cool stuff. Yeah, you see them bad boys? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Looking at you being weird.
I am not weird.
What are you blocking me from? No, I just was asking. I was asking what you're doing. You are not. You're good. Okay. Thank you.
Aha!
Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrinovitz
yeah.
cannot reverse a curse.
I don't have any.
What?
I don't have any
Nothing
bread.
can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
Revelio.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing
You
can be
want the
done for her.
phone holder up there so you don't have to. Okay. Try to be cool. Ask for that.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves any time soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. There's a dead wizard in my book. Not quite. You've made your last mistake. You look tired. One less human to worry about. Let's get this over with. Since your heart isn't in this at all.
I confess, that was a bit more than I bargained for.
Revelio.
I tried to warn you.
Reparo.
Mom said no.
Revelio.
Yeah, but she said no.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Touch him.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts
What?
exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking
What?
that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne.
Where?
Might be
Why?
the only way to learn what type of magic
As I
harmed
say,
her.
that's probably
Which could help me
a
find
sign
a
of you
cure.
putting it
Perhaps
up.
you're right. The loyalists
Yeah.
are everywhere,
Close that
but
door.
they do seem to be spending a lot of time here.
Close that door.
And it's likely they're hiding something.
Close that door.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
You were not even sitting.
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason.
Revelio.
They have stations for everything.
I don't know. Where did you get it from?
Whose home was this?
Go put it back.
Been abandoned long
No,
since I've lived
put it
here.
back.
Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Confringo. Revelio.
I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
Reparo. Revelio.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Revelio.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor, hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio.
Huh, a stairwell.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Careful. Let's not do that, okay? What did I just say? Stop! Pick up the juice! It's on the floor! Did you spill? Huh? Hey, how about you sit down?
What did she say? Did she spill?
Did you yes or no?
She might cry.
Hello? Did you spill?
Did you spill something, yes or no?
Did it spill? Yes or no? No, I said no. What did I ask? I don't know what you asked. You're doing too much right now. Why don't you put that down? Put it down.
Are you listening to this? I can turn it. I can mute it if you're not listening to it, and you can listen to that.
Hear what? That?
That.
Where are you going?
Are you in there bothering my mother?
Okay. Shut the door and sit down.
I can mute this if you're listening to that. I don't. I'm good. Thank you, though. AMC. But that way you can turn that off if you wanted to. Put it back. No, yeah, I know you gave it to me. So
Then put it back. My Bobby's already ready. That's fine. Put it back where you got it.
it should be says it's up for.
I will take you home. It doesn't count.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Right out where? Yeah, but my mom doesn't want it on. We don't leave all our lights on around here.
Revelio. Lumos.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Lumos.
You can just close out of all of it.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Anything helpful in the note?
Revelio.
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the Keepers.
I've been thinking. A Keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominis. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominis just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
What? Oh, she said no. But she said no. But she said no. Plus it's... she said no. It is almost bedtime.
Revelio.
It's almost here. It's on the way.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbarton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
There's like 6 different conversations I'm having right now.
Wow.
Revelio.
You don't sound like you're listening to your mother too well tonight. That's crazy. What if your pizza gets here? Man, that'll be tough. Excuse me. You didn't move. No. It didn't, the chair didn't move. Oh, is it? Wouldn't know. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Hogwarts, baby. I'm getting an A in all my classes. Whee! Ooh, I do need to go. Do you want her to scoot over? What was that? Oh.
should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Not even magic.
And your reading is the dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Ladies.
Professor Shah.
Astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck. Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Yes.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own.
What? What'd you say? Are you asking the question? Are you telling her the question you asked me?
Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the Highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Hello again. Brilliant class, wasn't it? I prefer astronomy over potions, don't you? Of course, we Ravenclaws tend to do well in any class.
Oh, hello, Amit. Nice to see you again.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplor. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, Reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. A lot of good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope? It's a dog, isn't it?
Revelio.
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
A pristine night for stars.
The perfect night for...
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
No need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we? The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about. Amit, could I ask you something?
Oh, certainly.
Where precisely is the table we're looking for?
According to an old astronomer's chronicle I found in the library, it may be somewhere along the castle wall.
Why are you so fascinated with stars?
I suppose because there is so much to learn about them. I mean, there is plenty to learn about a lot of subjects, but astronomy seems limitless. Always something new being discovered. They are forever discovering new moons and stars. In fact, they discovered a new planet just 50 years ago.
Actually, that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, very well then.
Revelio.
More cops.
Revelio.
You don't think any fighters might be lurking about?
Oh no, not this close to school, Amit.
Look, there's a table.
Ouch. Church? I ain't never been there. That's crazy. That's that's that's. She spill them? He's eating the toppings off of it. Mm. That's why you eating off that? You want me to finish it for you? Are you done? Done? You done, for sure. You for I mean, I ain't never done, but I get it. They canceled practice because there's too much snow. Maybe it's just me. I'll be here kicking it. What you talking about, man? What you talking about? I'll be out here slanging in the kitchen. I'll be in here slanging in the kitchen. Don't. I didn't put what was it? I warmed them up, but I didn't cut them before I warmed them up. They were like frozen pancakes, like the mini ones. Yes, I was supposed to put the syrup on before I cut them. Oh yeah, I didn't cut them in the right way either. Did you take it? Did you take it? No. You're doing too much. Mm-mm. Where should get all these wild? No, there isn't. I looked. I didn't move anything. I didn't move anything. There might have been. I don't see anything. I seen corn muffin mix, some spaghetti, some linguine, some linguine, linguine. No. We did have some, but it's gone. She donated that pancake mix that Tyler got me. Probably because I wasn't going to. There is no can. I can. I sling out here. I put it down in the kitchen. Don't be disrespecting me. Hmm? Where's that bad boy at? Whip it out. Whip it out. I remember that. Hey, that thing is amazing. It's got like, I think the eyes tell the time, but you use like a clock, so you can move it, and it'll like give you what time it is, but it'll show you. You doing too much. This is mom. This is dad. This is grandma. Grandma? Granddad? I only know like a handful of those bad boys. Are you learning sign language tonight? Right now? Give me back. Who, me? Poop? Poop? This is poop.
Did you watch Creed?
I haven't yet. Creed 3? Did you go and see it? Didn't, didn't,
Yeah.
didn't even tell me.
Yes, I do know that.
How do you know that stop? You don't never stop.
Her neighbor told me. Oh, okay. Did he tell you to stop? Is that what he did to you?
Thank you. This is thank you. This is I'm sorry. Jesus.
What's Jesus?
Nothing. Just
What
no.
Jesus is?
No, she said.
Jesus.
You would know Jesus.
Well, what? Of course, yeah. I pray would. That is Jesus. You're crazy, girl.
Miss
What'd you
Jean
get, 20?
got 12 because Kayla says 6. I don't see her eat none of them. Oh, you want me to eat my share? Well, I won't eat the whole thing, but I will eat a few of them.
Your eyes just rolled all the way to the back of your head, I think. You can. Wow.
Are you eating any more of these?
Yeah.
I'll leave them out then.
You need to figure out what you want to watch before you go to bed. Did you hear me?
No, touch that.
Yes, but you need to stay over here.
Yeah. Should probably change them. Give her a second.
Come here. That's the same food.
Mm-hmm.
What is that happening here?
Wait, I can do it better.
Do a better one?
She did go in there and find it.
I told you I knew where it was.
I bet she did.
I have one too.
You do? This is kind of like a robot, but it's not like that. That's 1205.
That bad boy's like 30 years old.
1210. Yeah. I bought that for you. I used it with Tahan. Yeah, I used it with Ryan.
What'd you say?
Who else did I teach on that? Xavier. Yeah, I taught a lot of people on that. 12:30. $12.35. 40, yeah. 45. 12:50. 55. 1 o'clock.
You done with her?
Huh?
You done with her?
Are you rushing people?
No, I was just putting stuff away. That's why I was asking. I wasn't trying to. I'm sorry if I was trying to. I wasn't. I'll take it out here in a second.
That's the same.
Are you done with that plate? No.
Is she done with it?
Yeah. She's done with it now. It says learn to read.
Where did you get these from?
I typed it out.
Mm.
To remind me. Don't ask me a bunch of questions.
Is that what it says?
No. It says what's understood does not need to be explained. Which means I don't have to keep answering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I got a juice box for you.
Where you get that? What? Where you get that juice box from?
I don't remember.
150. 112.
120.
I put yeah. There's 3 pieces of each, I think. It's in there in the fridge. No, yeah, I picked up 26-3. That's the score. I know you don't care, but I'm just telling you.
For what?
The game. Roughnecks.
Roughnecks?
XFL football.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the league that The Rock owns.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock Johnson. He owns a football. The XFL used to be around back in the 90s. And then funding wise, they stopped doing it. Well, he brought it back.
We talked about now. Look, this is not. I need you to stay put. Okay.
For longer than 20 minutes. Yeah, they said too much now for us to...
The constellation should appear near the center of your view. I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has
Where's he
goblin-cut
taking it?
glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you
Right
know.
there.
It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's.
Huh?
Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon. Never do get tired of seeing the astronomy tower at night. What a view.
What's she doing? What you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead. Go ahead. She'll be distracted long enough for you to use it. Are you ready for bed?
Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned.
You go to bed like 7:30.
I'm not sleepy.
You're not sleepy? What? She will be up early. No, she gets up at like 6. No alarm. She is. She's in there using the bathroom. Where are you at? What are you doing? Come here. Go, come here. What are you doing, little lady? I'm playing Hogwarts. Harry Potter. I know you like Harry. I didn't. He didn't get on when I got on. I was really surprised he didn't get on. I haven't talked to Justice in I haven't talked to Justice either. Basically all week. I texted him. I think I haven't talked to him since last Saturday. Yeah, but it's spring break. I figured he'd be done. Oh, you know what? It might not be. I thought he'd be done by now. I thought it was. I thought it was around the same time as us. But then again, it might be a week later. Because, you know, Iowa State and you and I and Drake and all them and Iowa, all that, they all got like different spring breaks. They don't got the same spring break. Alrighty. At the table, there's a statue somewhere that I'm missing now. I need to go to Quest. What'd she say?
Revelio.
Gotta get through that movie. That History of the World movie. Maybe if we watch it during the day, it won't be that bad. Yes. I'm not looking at you. Aren't you naked right now or whatever?
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Ominous is right. Meddling in the dark arts is dangerous.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
What does the Cruciatus curse do?
It's known as the torture curse, Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along.
Mom said no.
Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
What are you doing? Hey.
Casting a spellbook?
Nah, I'm not casting a spellbook. I'm about to go fight some spiders, though. No, should I fight trolls or spiders? Trolls? Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen the troll yet. I've seen the spiders are scary though, for sure. For sure, for sure.
Wait, you can't go back and
Spiders gonna be scary. Do you want scary? Yeah, then you don't want the spider. Those are for sure scary, I know that. Them bad boys. Scary, scary, boy.
Revelio.
Oh no, I gotta find... What's that? That's not a troll. That's a bag of gold.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that's what you wanted it for. I wouldn't have gave it to you.
Revelio.
You ain't never been safe your whole life.
Wingardium Leviosa.
This looks intriguing.
Revelio.
What did he say? Do I want to see you take your medicine? That's crazy.
These mountain trials won't get the best of me.
Yeah, Merlin trial, baby. What? Funko Pops? Yeah. Oh, Ninja Turtles? Yeah, she be trying to open it. She said that the other day. She was like, they're toys. Open them up.
She's talking about me.
That's what she was saying last time we were here. She was like, open them up. What is this? Why do you got my feet in Kelsey's face like that?
Magic spinner.
Diamond himself would be proud.
If you bust up my fidget spinner. Oh, is that a wolf?
How did Adventure Toys house counting? No. Would not invite you. Will you?
What?
Would you
Revelio.
Why would I not? Do you not want me
Would
to?
you? You want to?
Accio.
It's time for school though. In the morning though. No, it's in Des Moines.
Oh, okay. I had also heard in the morning. In Des Moines. Purge.
Levioso.
Hey, put those candles down. No, lift your candles. Because my can. Oh my goodness! Get out of there!
Revelio.
What is? She ever have those? I ain't never heard of them. There they are.
Professor Howard will never believe this. I wonder
Okay,
if I'm
that
safe
makes
to
sense.
explore in there.
Get back here.
No, you don't.
Levioso.
Not going to hurt you.
Revelio.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
What did you just do? You're about to be banned from touching stuff up in here. Oh no! I don't want to see you get banned. Oh no! Ava, you won't be over here no more. Hey, lady.
Likely this is...
Oh, I think I can only use these at night. What sheet did you see? Okay. You ready to see this troll? Oh no. Hold on, what's over here? Oh, snap!
Levioso.
Magical beast.
I take it you're Alexandra's friend.
Oh! Ay! Record what? Yeah. He can't hear you because I got the headset on. Because it doesn't. You don't have the headset on. Yeah, you gotta have the headphones on. Hold on. What? Are you talking to me? Hold on. I'm fighting the soul, playboy. It is. Hold on. Oh, these cabbages out. Get them cabbages. Oh no! Dang. Why you hit me in the face, old big dog? Got him.
I feel awful for Alexandra, but the hamlet needed to be saved from the troll.
Got me some troll boogies. Okay.
What? I'm happy the troll is gone. I won't eat it. Get out. How do you record it?
You mean record or do you mean voice activate?
Make it. They didn't talk like you do it. Did you say what you can? Oh. Go.
Confringo.
Confringo.
Leviosa. Capulso. Confringo. Leviosa.
Netflix and stuff. Just turn it on. I need that remote to bro. Not that one. The one in the skinny one, yep. I'm trying to help you out. You better mess up. Okay, then you'll need that controller. Hi! Why he send me way over the wall like that? That's crazy, big dog.
Incendio! Not my fault you're a deadly great spider.
Oh! Hey, that scared me, boy.
Revelio.
I almost crapped my pants.
Now here's a sad-looking place.
That's Hulu. Is that what you wanted?
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
You use that Bad Bunny one. Huh? What? What'd you say? Oh, alright. Telling you what you could use. I don't think there is a kid one.
That wasn't too hard.
You can create a kid one if you need to. Okay, yeah, you were doing too much, my man. I was like, whore.
Revelio.
What is he watching? Rango? Rango? Is that what Johnny Depp? Oh, yeah, you need the remote. There you go. What you need that remote for? Put it down. Good.
I hope you avoided my troll.
It's done, Alexandra. I took care of him.
My troll? What? Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I wish things could have turned out differently for him.
There wasn't much you could have done. He was beyond training. Tried to kill me the entire time.
Goodness. I'm glad you're all right. You're very brave. People in the hamlet had already crafted a moniker for whoever eventually defeated that troll. It was Troll something or other.
Vanquisher?
Yes, that was it. I suppose it's your title now. I need some time on my own. But truly, thank you for what you did.
The Troll Vanquisher. Suppose I did earn the title.
Excuse me? It is I, Pancake Man, a pancake man, a baby pancake man.
Confringo! Depulso! Depulso!
Accio! Excuse me. Do you mean turn that light off? Taylor? Huh? She wants popcorn? Yes. Can you have popcorn this late? Look at this. Kayla. Which one? Oh. Nah. I'm done with you. You are wild. What'd you say? Where's your popcorn? What is this? Oh, you need me to do it?
painless.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Ig Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. She's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Then you're the only one who doesn't know about Catherine running off with that thief, Victor Rookwood and his lot. Good riddance, I said. Never thought she'd return to steal from me. Us. But I just know it was her. I want her caught and sent to Azkaban for stealing a prized family heirloom.
Oh, popcorn must be
Sister
done.
or no.
Too much.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace. Belonged to the first of the Haggerty women. Hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place. Resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Are you sure Catherine is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them, except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
You? Ugh. Nothing to be done by the likes of us. This is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward. Long past your bedtime.
What do you have for sale?
I'd keep an eye on your belongings if I were you. Catherine will steal the eyebrows off your...
I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty once night falls.
It's, good luck for me you stopped by today. Glad you were able to stop by.
What does that look for? You what? You heard me say something to you? With my what? With my what? With my what? With my what? I don't talk with my butt. My butt does not talk. Just because your butt talks. Oh, poopy. Oh, poopy one.
Who would have thought that butterflies of all things would lead someone to treasure?
Revelio. This place has seen better days. Revelio. 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 Confringo. If only Professor Fink could have seen that. Revelio. Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. I should investigate. Revelio. Revelio. A pile of gold. I must be on the right track. It looks as if the thief took more than they could carry. Revelio. More gold. I must be getting closer. Revelio. 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 A Niffler. It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all. Revelio. Revelio.
Levioso.
I have the Niffler. Now to look for the Haggerty family heirloom. That must be the Haggerty family heirloom. Revelio. I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing to unmask, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a niffler.
A what?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose, mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind this. Now, thanks to you, I won't have to. What a strange world we live in. Suppose they can't send a niffler to Azkaban. At least I got my heirloom back.
Hello, nice to see you again.
You as well. What can I help you with?
What sort of products do you sell?
I sell all manner of beast products. I always found beasts interesting, and there's quite a market for them. Fancied I could make a profession out of it.
How long have you been living in Irondale?
All of my life. My sister and I were raised here. I stuck around. She had other plans.
I hear there's a goblin mine near here. Have you ever seen it?
I've been near it, but never in it. I could likely find some valuable beast products, but it's not worth the risk. Ranrock's loyalists are not ones to be messed with.
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today? Glad you were able to stop by.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Confringo!
Revelio. Revelio.
Confringo!
Revelio. Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Revelio! Wingardium Leviosa! Knowing the meat, he's likely studied here. Revelio. Shame I didn't have an audience for that one. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned. castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Up for a bit of dying, are we? An intruder!
Knowing the meat, he's likely studied here. This place has seen better days. Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
Levioso. Confringo. Potato. Stupid. Convulso.
special scout around Fellcroft or something.
Why do I always end up on patrol duty?
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you. What was that?
My bite is...
Arrest those.
I'll get that golden helm back. Hopefully by rummaging your paw. Slip.
Confringo.
Never. You'll have to fight eventually. Careful now. Tricky little cake matter. What have you done? Never.
Arrest those momentum.
There you are.
Confringo. Arrest those momentum.
This has become personal.
Arrest those momentum. Rependo. Confringo. Depulso.
You will not survive this.
Revelio. Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder? Revelio. The cave must be somewhere in this maze. I wonder what else is in here.
Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Descendo! Capulso! Incendio! Confringo!
Eight legs is simply too many.
Confringo!
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. This could be the Acromantula cave Mr. Adley mentioned.
Confringo.
Too soon. Revelio.
Confringo.
I need to bring this heirloom back to Mr. Adley. Revelio.
You look none the worse for wear. Oh, I take it you decided against entering the Absconder's Cave, then?
Mr. Adley, I retrieved the heirloom pocket watch from Milo's body.
Merlin's beard! How did you? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to think about that acromantula ever again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm glad Milo's daughter will have something to remember him by.
I am too. As far-fetched as his schemes were, Milo was a good friend, and I shall miss him. Please, accept this reward for your trouble.
What do you have for sale?
Milo can rest in peace now that his wishes have been fulfilled and his daughter has something to remember him by. Never mind replenishing my stocks. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh, you'll like that. I'm sure of it. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your business.
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Descendo. Revelio.